Oh no! All right, let me turn off the music, Koopa. All right, you're good. All right, we're new to this tech. I'm a little rusty on stream. What's going on, guys? Go ahead, Koopa.
All
You always
right.
do the intros.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. And I can say that this time because there's actual people watching live for the first time in a minute. Welcome to another episode of the Gloves Off podcast, the only podcast that exclusively skips leg day. And I am one of your many hosts, Master Hand Games Koopa, joined as always by the I'm not even going to pretend like I know the names of the arms characters, but let's just say that you're the second arms character to my first arms characters, Mr. Chrysolodean. How are you, sir?
That's me. I'm good, and I'll just go on the record that I feel kind of guilty for not being able to do leg day now, like properly.
Can you not?
Dude, he made me feel bad.
You
He said
apologize
it. Now I feel bad.
make Chris feel
It's been weeks
Okay,
for
you know what?
leg
You know what?
day.
Executive action. We can't skip leg day anymore. So we're back in the saddle.
Okay.
Once we can go to the gym, or we can be like Jabali and just lift CRTs.
Is that what he was
Oh,
doing? I saw that tweet. That
Yeah,
was
he was.
actually-
I think he was.
Yeah,
he,
that's
he was. He was benching a CRTV.
That's pretty
hey,
funny.
That's where the real men come into play, and also being streamed live on twitch.tv/hazmat rules. We are joined by the man in himself who does rule, Mr. Hazmat. How are you?
What's going on, guys? I'm good. I got a new computer chair which I'm sitting at, and if you could look at my camera right now, you can see there's another computer chair next to me. That's because my cat's in it. That tan computer chair, if you've ever watched before, that's what I use for all my streams. But I've had that chair like forever, like forever, like probably 7 years. I've had that chair. It's fucking old and it's embarrassing, and it's just like it's worn out, obviously. And with the work at home, I've just been sitting in it a lot. I'm like, this is kind of not comfortable anymore. I can't really do this. So, I wanted to get rid of it and upgrade my chair, but the cat loves that piece of shit. Like she just loves, not the cat, the chair. The cat is great. The chair is a piece of shit. She loves this chair. Like she'll sleep in it for like 11 hours a day. She's so cute. And I don't know if I can get rid of it, honestly. I think I have to keep it just because I'd feel so bad if she like wandered in here and was looking for her chair and it was just gone. So for now, we just sit next to each other and hang out. I don't really know what the long-term solution is here, but that's what we're doing for now.
You might have a fun DIY project on your hand where you can turn the chair into a scratching post or something.
She does that already to my nice leather chair, which I really like, and it really pisses me off. So, yeah.
Yeah, you hate to see it, but anyway, we are here to bring you guys another stream from a podcast from the quarantine zone, as we are still on lockdown in multiple parts of the country, as we can. But we did have some, I guess, a brief interruption in the news of things with a Nintendo Direct that kind of fell from the sky, akin to an item from Animal Crossing, which is still very topical.
I think it crawled out of hell. Actually, I don't think it fell from the sky, bro.
Kind of
Not happy about that.
Yeah. Well, to each their own. But before we get into that, we are starting these new quarantine podcasts with a new segment. By new, I mean we've only done it twice as of this time, because I have a "Did it happen in Florida" for you guys. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Yeah. Oh
All
yeah,
right.
bro.
So, a couple are furious when they're not allowed to buy 552 cans of Mountain Dew due to the coronavirus rationing.
What?
That's
Yep.
in Florida.
Let me just read a bit of the
F.
tagline here. A couple desperate for their Mountain Dew fix ranted at a store worker who refused to let them stockpile 552 cans of the soft drink.
Yeah, I'm sticking with it. Sticking to my guns.
No. I'm telling you, coronavirus changed this game so much just because crazy shit can just happen anywhere. I'd say that probably happened in the Midwest. That's my guess.
So you're Midwest, Chris. Are you Florida or not?
I'm
Florida?
sticking Florida, dude. I gotta.
That happened in Louisville, Kentucky.
Damn it. I figure if I just keep saying Florida, because I said it last week, that eventually it's just gonna happen.
I know. I was feeling insecure with my answer.
It's
Once I start getting multiple news stories, that's when we're gonna start getting creative.
In reality, though, it's like calling heads twice and expecting like the second time to be heads. Like there's no way, man.
I got Florida's a 50% chance that this crazy thing could have happened in Florida or literally anywhere else in the world.
Hey, listen, your
And
logic
I'm
is
picking
sound.
Florida
in
every
which-
time.
Yeah, I was gonna say Haz's logic is sound, in which you
Yeah.
know the way that shit's kind of falling apart at the seams every day. You know.
Yeah, that
It's
definitely.
crazy
I
that
would have been
happened.
surprised if it happened anywhere else.
Well-
If it had happened like 6 months ago. Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is you guys have heard the term "tails never fails," right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
I
bro.
live
I
by that
mean,
logic.
there's real logic, you know.
I
Real
have a
logic
friend
there.
that exclusively only uses rock when doing rock paper scissors, even when he knows that,
They
like the
know.
other, yeah, the other person knows that he's gonna play rock, and he still does it.
And then there's player 4.
Well,
The worst, dude. You know what's funny is I'm up 1-0 in player 4 and I refuse to play him. So and with the coronavirus, I was like, I'm gonna beat you this year. I'm gonna be up 1-0 and that's it. With coronavirus, it's the only silver lining, dude.
Why don't
I'm not gonna see him. I'm not gonna fuck up. You
you
know?
should do it on Wi-Fi.
Nah, nah. You know, Wi-Fi doesn't count. Ooh, I gotta.
That's true.
Ooh.
That's a good point.
very
I feel
smart
like
point.
that. I don't know. Do you guys want to start with that now that we're already talking about
Well,
Wi-Fi?
first things
Or
first.
what do you want to do?
There's, we want to get the housekeeping section out of the way because we want to have a conversation. Just kind of keep make sure everyone's doing okay. So, has anybody watched anything cool or played anything cool in the last week since we got together? Because I know me and Has binge watched The Tiger King on Netflix.
I did watch the Tiger King. What a fucking crazy time, dude.
Chris, are you familiar with The Tiger King?
I feel like I'm already familiar with the lore, but I haven't watched it because I've
It's
seen everyone talking about it.
it's junk food. This is the best way I can describe it. It is a fucking shrimp. And if you have a Netflix account or you know someone that has a Netflix account, steal their password and watch it. I sat down on my couch at 10:30 on Sunday, and I was done by dinner time. Like it's 7 episodes, and you're not gonna want to stop watching.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I could get behind a 7-episode series.
I
Finite
think
series are good.
they're like hour-long episodes though.
I can
So
handle
it's
that.
still good. Yeah. The pacing is good. If you're bored by this, I will be incredibly fucking surprised.
Dude,
Yeah, my
It is.
sister didn't like it. She said she was bored. I'm just
She
like,
told
what
me
were you
that.
watching?
I know. It just keeps like at some point you're like, wow, this has to stop being crazy, and then it just keeps accelerating in the crazy direction. Like
Maybe
I don't understand it. Am I
maybe
kidding you?
she watched it wrong.
Yeah, did she watch it wrong?
She watched it in reverse.
Yeah, I mean that would
It got
explain
less
it.
crazy.
It's just getting less and less crazy by the second.
Yeah, I was already familiar with Joe Exotic through the political satire show Last Week Tonight.
Great show, by the way.
Fantastic. John Oliver is one of my favorite comedians, so I'm a fan. And
A
yeah,
fan.
yeah.
Yes.
I was already
Master Hand Gaming, thanks for the follow.
I decided I wasn't following you
Wow,
yet.
thanks, bro. Really,
I got you,
thanks
dude.
for
Here, you know what?
thanks for the support, man.
I'm gonna do you one better. Here, look. Here's your stream on this recording.
You're
Oh,
It's
hosting?
paused, but now oh, it's a starting soon. What happened? I'm
Hopefully that's not what it looks like.
it might
No,
not.
I have
I
mine
know
up.
why.
Yeah,
I know.
you're just
Yeah,
behind, bro.
I
Yeah.
goofed
That's
up. I
funny.
goofed up. It's all good.
Yeah,
It's all
you're
good.
behind. You're behind.
yeah,
It's
but
okay.
yeah. Anybody else see
Here we go.
anything, play anything cool this
Pathetic.
weekend? Anyone?
Dude, I've been a little bit in Animal Crossing land, just like I was last week. Got my town hall, so I don't have to listen to the same music over and over, so that's kind of nice.
Is that
Dude,
like the beating World of Light in this game? Like it's an annoying task. You have to. It takes a lot of time, and then once you get it, you're like, "Oh, sick! I can finally change the damn song in this game."
I don't think that's the worst analogy, but it's way less trying than World of Light,
Okay.
like
Yeah,
significantly
so-
less.
the way that it works in Animal Crossing is that the and I guess if you're familiar with Smash, you're like kind of familiar with this. So like the song changes depending on what hour of the day it is.
Yep.
So like at 9 a.m. there's a different song that plays. At 7 p.m. there's a different song that plays. And until you get your town hall, you're stuck listening to this very like, it's not a bad song, but it's just very like lulls you to sleep sort of thing.
So, the song's kind of
And,
fire, to be honest. It's just like it just gets repetitive.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter which song it is. If you hear it a billion times in a row and you don't have another choice, it's gonna suck eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's back to any song.
but the
Yeah.
thing is, like, you literally can't get it. Like, it takes you about a week to get that. So there's a solid 7 days of just Animal Crossing grinds that you have where you're just kind of listening. So if you're really playing, you're also really hearing that song a lot.
Yeah, I've recruited a villager by the name of Kyle to
Hey.
to live on my island with me last night. Really
Excellent.
happy about it.
Sounds
Yeah,
like a
he's-
cool
he's-
guy.
Yeah, he's a wolf. I'm a fan, and it was very very nice. But yeah, outside of that, haven't been doing much. I know Has jokingly pointed out my Survivor addiction to the world again, so I've also been
I did.
keep.
I like that you like Survivor. I think it's neat.
It's a good show. It's a good bit. Listen, anyone that's watching this at home, if you're looking for something to keep you busy while you're occupado, stuck inside, Survivor has 40 seasons, and it's a really easy show to binge. So if anybody has questions on where to,
40?
That's a
Yeah.
lot of
How
seasons.
many episodes per season roughly are there? Like 15?
it's a 15 episode series with 45-minute episodes.
Koopa's like, I've watched 40 seasons of Survivor in 30 days.
It's taken me about a year to watch all of
Was
it.
that 10 hours? Is that what it is?
That
'Cause it's
was a
of
Papa John's reference
Yeah,
that just landed
it's
flat.
so
I'm sorry.
it's
10
so-
hours per season? Is that what it is? Because you get
more or less.
it's 3/4 of an hour, and if it's 15 episodes, you take 3/4 of 15.
Yeah, it's 45 minutes excluding whatever the finale episode
Yeah,
is
10.
because the finale episode is usually
No.
the finale episode. If the finale episode is usually an hour and 35 because it's technically a 2-hour TV finale, but without commercials, it's an hour 35. So you're looking at about like 11-ish hours.
What's up, JPin, bro? This is cool having the chat.
Yeah, no, for
Chat
sure.
can always chime in too on the topics. Oh.
Yeah, feel free to interact because that is a good chat thing to do.
Yeah, if anybody wants the building blocks on where to start with Survivor, hit me up on Twitter. I'll point you in the right direction.
So also I'm breeding for shiny Sneasel right now, and this is how I do all my shinies. Is I'm doing other shit, and I just happen to be doing it on the side. Like I'm listening and talking to you guys, but like it takes up such a
Yeah,
small amount
no,
of mental
It's smart.
space. Yeah,
And sometimes you get something to pop off about. Like if
yeah,
you
I
get
can't
one.
wait. I'm gonna H-box pop off actually. I have one held in. I walked 5.5 miles today. Is what I did.
Wow.
Yeah, I was on the phone while he did it.
Yeah, we're planning for anyone interested because I know there's been a lot of buzz around commentary recently. We're gonna be covering just kind of some stuff on commentary. So we'll be streaming that I think Saturday or maybe we'll be streaming that this weekend at some point. It's me
Yeah,
and Koopa and G-Pick, my man, and we're gonna invite some guests too to talk about some topics around commentary, about commentary, all that stuff. So it's gonna be cool.
G-Pig brought it up on the side, but whenever there's kind of like a dull, people kind of commentary is kind of like the free bingo space of like topics to talk about. For like, it seems to be always applicable, and people seem to kind of to jump on it.
Go to any Smash YouTube channel, anyone, I bet. Any single one. You can definitely go to MHG and you'll see it. And I would say approximately, and this is a total made-up figure, but it can't be too far off. I would say probably about 75% of the comments are referring to commentary sucks. Hate this commentary.
Really?
Dude, it's like the most depressing thing to see. You're like, man,
Even
I uploaded
for
all this
weeklies?
content, especially for weeklies.
Dude, do
Yeah.
you know what? That is so fucking. I'm sorry, it's sad for you, but it's so encouraging to me as and to you too. I'm sure Kyle is someone who is a pretty decent commentator. That it actually does fucking matter.
It does.
You know what I mean?
People listen, man, and people actually really care. And it's part of why even recently, like since we've been doing Wi-Fi weeklies and stuff like that, like I'm at a point now where I'm like, I'd rather front load it myself. So if I see a negative comment, I could like actively work on it because like commentators don't always see this stuff, and a lot of the comments aren't even constructive. So it ends up being more of an energy drain than it is like something that will help you like improve.
Yeah, no, that's a good place to start, and definitely you guys are gonna want to tune in for that because it's gonna be like we're gonna touch on some topics that are very hotly contested, but that's neither here nor there. We're gonna be jumping into our
Gons, I don't know why I wanted to get some more hours to streaming is why. I just asked and Chris said cool.
I'll be honest with you, if I was streaming this, I would still encourage you to stream, especially with the format you're using. I'm actually becoming more and more of a believer in restreams and basically getting more people involved in like one stream production from like different perspectives. I sort of think that's where the future is, to be entirely honest.
That's from Chris right there. Subscribe to my YouTube, man. I did, dude. You know I
Yeah, I already did, dude. He's just
that one
badgering
time.
us.
I was hammered, and for whatever reason, I was getting some followers on Twitter, and I passed Gons, and he was like, "Oh wait, shit, you're not supposed to have more followers than me." And I went back to like his old tweet about his YouTube video. I retweeted it, and he goes, "Now we're good." I forget. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I was definitely shit faced when that happened. I was like, I know how to fix this, Gons. And Gons, I actually legitimately like his YouTube channel.
It's a good YouTube channel. Really
It is
good
good.
YouTube
It's
channel.
a good idea. I have a lot of faith that it'll take off because he's a dedicated guy, and I feel like that's 9/10 of the battle is like being dedicated, and then like good content will eventually find its way.
Well, yeah, especially if like you like what you're talking about, and this is like one of those things where he was just, hey, wait a second, you fooled us. This isn't the Gonzalez podcast. The heck?
I would also listen to a Gonzalez podcast.
I would listen to a Gonzalez podcast.
Yeah,
we should have fun.
Oh.
PGR member right there, baby.
V1.
PGR. I'm so far away from what Smash life was like before this all happened.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I feel like I'm in I'm in those episodes of the Avatar, like after the Avatar gets frozen in the ice. Like everything just kind of happens in between. Is this thing on?
Yeah, you go. You go, bro. Sorry. One thing I'm sorry. I'm trying to
He's
balance
watching. He's
reading
watching
chat
these
and then
eggs
also
evolve.
reading chat and also interacting with and
I know.
listening. It's
I-
hard to read and listen.
You know what it was? I got self conscious because I was talking about something in an anime style, and I didn't want you to just turn your brain off completely.
It's alright. I tried to reference Papa John's earlier, and it landed so flat. So
Better
it's
pizza,
okay.
better reckoning, man.
Well,
That's
no,
what
I
I'm
was
saying.
trying. I'm gonna do it again because I don't think it was bad. I was saying that you've watched 40 seasons of Survivor in 30 days.
Yes.
You're an expert on Survivor.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
True.
Just wanted to clear that up.
Because of Papa John. Oh God.
40 pizzas, 30 days. Come on.
Hey, listen. So some of
That
these.
was an ice cold take, dude. That joke is so old at this
I
point.
know, but it's
Especially, like,
funny, dude.
in the coronavirus era too. Memes are there and gone in like 10 minutes.
So
Like so fast.
It's just like that was a good meme, dude. I know
It was good.
it's like a month
Listen,
ago, but
It
like
was
you
a
know.
good meme, man. It was a good meme.
Listen,
All
so
right,
listen. Some of
all
these
right.
seasons of Survivor get me sweating, just like the Papa John's guy. So you're not too far off base.
Oh my god.
And
Like he
but
looks
as
like a
we-
coronavirus victim, like surviving. You know what I mean? He looks like he was bit by a zombie. That whole like clip. It's disturbing.
Yes, yes.
That is a good clip.
Dude.
It's everything about it's hysterical. This
And
guy's
it-
literally
as-
losing his mind, and everyone's just laughing about it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, we are entering week. I guess what is this? Week 2, week 3 of no offline tournaments. Is that where we're at right now?
I think it's week 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're
Yeah, CEO Dreamland, right? Yeah.
yeah. So we are in the thick of things right now. We're starting to see, I guess, a lot of we were seeing it before, but I guess a lot more places are really starting to kind of jump onto the idea of online tournaments. As you guys can see in the bottom right hand corner, we are transitioning to pretty much all of our weeklies and now our biggest monthly series onto an online format with a great riff on Fantasy Star Online with the Platinum Star Online.
Yeah, I
think
do
that's-
have a
Nice.
A
That
side
is
here.
really good. I love Fantasy Star Online.
Yeah, so the thing is like it was a cool game, definitely unique at the time. The Platinum Star already had the word star and already, Platinum P,
Nice.
Fantasy P. So, PSO. It works.
Starting to see how it all came
Yeah,
together,
you
man.
see the creative process at work here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
you guys
beautiful.
take some notes.
Oh,
Anyways,
shit. Damn. All right.
I'm just joking, but here it
Jesus.
is. Look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that offensively.
Bro,
All
now
right.
I'm sensitive. The fuck is this?
Shoot. Anyways, yeah. So the thing about that is there's like so little incentive to join Wi-Fi tournaments, and everyone gets kind of salty about it, and with good reason. Wi-Fi is a pretty unique land, like Smash Wi-Fi. But the thing is there are so many channels and so many like content creators and organizers and people who have kind of like hitched themselves to growing like a scene and community and just regular stuff, and now it's like that's all gone. So it's you either just be okay with it being gone or do something else entirely, or you try and work with what you got. And Wi-Fi is that thing of like working with what you got. But we've seen a lot of interest in it recently. I mean, as you were doing the quarantine series this past weekend, which had $10,000 attached to it, which is like an obscene amount of money.
Yeah, and you also did the Mazer tournament last weekend, also, didn't you?
And I did Naifu Wars on Friday.
Yeah,
and
so
and,
you're
and guess
out.
what? You're going to be doing Platinum Star Online next Saturday. I'm just joking. Maybe though.
Dude,
think
yeah,
about it.
probably, Chris.
Yes.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk payment.
By
No,
the
I'm
way,
kidding, of course. I would not. Yeah, no.
so
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just got to make sure I'm free. I might be going out that weekend. I don't know.
That's fair.
Yo, April Fools.
so the
Might
thing
be getting
is
might
like
be getting a haircut or some shit.
yeah, I gotta wash my hair that day.
Yeah, it'll probably happen, bro. Would be my guess. I just have no idea what my weekend's gonna be like, or if my girl wants to do something or whatever. So we'll see.
Yeah. So the thing is like either way, it's slim pickings for finding like meaningful content or any content for that matter, and having people care or even care to enter. So you're kind of at the whim of people wanting to hang out that used to hang out at locals, but hanging out within a Wi-Fi bracket. But there's so many other things you could do online with your friends. Where even Smash Wi-Fi isn't the most fun, but you got to do something. Like even for me, I'm taking it as an opportunity to try out some different formats. Like there's an items bracket for Platinum Star Online, which I'm kind of excited just to try out. There is like it's not much because like I'm a small content creator with not a whole lot
Mm.
of backing, but like, like $50 for the winner. So I'm just hoping that like just getting people thinking about like the lottery of Wi-Fi Smash, possibly winning $50 in items bracket enough just like enter, like, might as well see where it goes. So I don't know. There's like some stuff that comes out of it, but like we got almost a full-fledged tournament with Quarantine Series, and that was like the second one, and both had big money attached to it. It's hard to
Yeah.
imagine like. I mean, Naifu Wars always does really well. I don't even know what Nairo gives to winners or how
I
Naifu
think it was
Wars work,
500
but
bucks this time actually, and it
Yeah.
had a lot. Like Leo entered, HBox entered, Meister entered and won. Bestness got second. Like it was actually a really fun tournament.
Yeah, usually the Naifu Wars, it's Nairo's kind of way of because Nairo is a charitable dude in his own right. Like he's constantly giving back into the scene, and him doing the Naifu Wars is usually he's giving away a trip to a tournament coming up. But in this
okay.
case, obviously he attaches. I think there's usually a prize with it as well, like something alongside a trip. But yeah, this time, I was just going straight for the cash, and yeah, we've definitely, I guess we've seen a big enough sample size to kind of look at where things are going right now. Because I know VGBC's in their second week of doing the Xanadu weeklies
Dude, it's
on
funny too because
Wi-Fi.
they have like the empty chairs and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're pretty
Dude, that,
clever
that's
with
a
it.
really funny idea. That's a really funny
I'm gonna see if
idea.
I could get a shot of that. I know the way they clip their VODs, they don't usually leave room for that stuff. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find it. But the one thing is like business as usual. Oh god, never mind. Stop for a second.
What'd you
So
do?
it's like business as usual for VG to some end because like they have like the entire Quarantine series like literally just archived, and like yeah, these are like normal names that you'd see come out to a big
Yeah.
tournament. Like yeah, as you already mentioned, you know what I mean? Like you got the Voids, the Meisters. I mean, Best Ness was there. MVD. I mean, Cola is the name that's splashing. By the way, I don't think this is a hot take, but I saw what was it? 100 Thieves looking to add a Smash player. I would bet so much money that it's Cola because he's like the
Really?
hottest dude. He's the hottest player right now, and he fits their brand perfect.
But it said that that it's someone who's getting bought out of their own contract,
Oh,
and
he
Light
doesn't
just
have a
ended his own contract
contract.
with
Hmm.
Rogue. I honestly don't know. I actually asked him to tell me. I was like, all right, why don't you tell me? He's like, I don't. He's like, I can't. Like, dude, even if I am, I can't say anything. You know what I mean?
I
So
wonder
I had
if
no information. I actually got no information out of Light, so I don't have any inside scoop or anything.
so. The thing is like Smash players still catching a sponsor or someone's contract getting bought out in a point where people can't even go out. So that's interesting. It makes me wonder if it's like a content creator or someone who's still pretty active. I almost wouldn't be surprised if it was like one of the PG guys. They just have such a deep roster, you know what I mean? And PG's involved with so many different things where maybe they just like struck some kind of deal. But who knows? That was
Yeah.
interesting though. I am gonna find the tweet though, so everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Chris, what's the standard like delay that you're supposed to have on your camera? I forget, but mine's a little bit ahead right now. Isn't it like 0.8 seconds or something like that?
Ooh,
Do you, do
I'm
you
actually
remember?
not
Sorry,
entirely
not
sure.
to quiz you
No,
on
no,
the
no, you're
spot. If you
fine,
don't
man.
know.
It's okay. You could squiz me like that. It's all right. I'm not even upset. I've done.
It's like because I saw it ahead. Video format, buffering, auto detect. I don't even know how to do it honestly.
somebody call an IT guy.
I am talking to an IT guy.
Oh gosh, I can't believe I'm an IT guy. I don't even get paid for
Maybe
this.
Or JPin might know. GPIC might know. Gons, you gotta know.
He's gone. He just left your chat the second you asked. Gotta
That's
go.
fair.
He was supposed to help me hook up
Yeah.
P plus one day, and then just like dipped when I couldn't figure it out. So
Gons, he's like that. I
yeah,
respect that though.
it's all right. I could appreciate it.
Hmm.
Anyways, so yeah, Wi-Fi Smash. This is the most interesting. It's I don't even want to say interesting. It's definitely a distinctive arc of in the light of in the lifetime of Ultimate.
Yeah.
Like no
It
one
was
will
pretty
forget
cool,
this.
man. Like, um, I was half listening. Oh, thanks, dude. That's pretty good. I think the matches overall were pretty good. I mean, there were some pretty big upsets and stuff, and it's not too surprising because the players who didn't do great usually aren't really known as Wi-Fi people, and then people who did do great are really known as Wi-Fi people. Like Leo dropped pretty early. I'm pretty sure. Like he lost. He got 3-0 by Best Ness's plant, and Best Ness is pretty notorious Wi fiend. Um,
Plays Ness.
Mars got 3-0'd by Spargo, and last time they played, it was a bloodbath in Mars' favor. Granted, it was last summer, so Spargo's had a lot of time to get better as a player, but Mars is definitely not a Wi-Fi player, so he actually kind of hates it. So it was just interesting to kind of see that divide and
So
see if see how people are going to kind of adjust because it's exciting because you're like, oh, it's Leo against Bestness, which is a fun matchup anyway offline, but online really throws a wrench into things like, how's this? You know what I mean? Like it's like an extra like little flavor
So what do you? How do you
packet getting
feel?
thrown in there.
How do you feel like? Because you were casting probably for a while there.
Hell, yeah, I
Yeah,
really
that was
was
a long
actually.
day. So how do you feel about? Because you see these guys at bigger events and smaller events all the time. What do you feel about like the disparity of gameplay between someone playing online and just like offline? Like, do you
So
notice like big changes between like players and like results?
yeah. Yeah, and I think I said it offline a couple times. Like that was such a Wi-Fi option, you know. Like you kind of swing when it's unconventional, and like you kind of get away with things that you might not be able to just because the other player might not have time to react. Like I feel like Game and Watch is such a good online player or character because of that. Game and Watch and like Cloud because of their up Bs. Just so hard to punish and like, well, not Cloud obviously not that hard, but harder than it is, you know, offline for sure. And it might make you think twice offline. Like if I mess this up and it's against MK Leo, he is going to hit the hardest punish possible 99 out of 100 times. If I do it on Wi-Fi, A, he might not hit me at all, and B, even if he does get the punish, it probably won't be perfect. So you get away with a few more things. Like optimal play isn't quite as present. And that's why you kind of come up with these like little Wi-Fi tactics of things that aren't really true or safe, but they are going to work because people are trying to. I feel like the thought process is different online, honestly. And I think that's what a lot of players don't really like about it too much.
It makes me just think about players like Nairo who have been like if I had to pick a region, as someone who lives in New Jersey for Nairo, I would say offline or I'm sorry, online rather than New Jersey because like that's like his breeding ground. I mean, the guy's grinding out
Yeah.
online every single night, and
Yep.
obviously still has the offline results to be like, yeah, this guy is clearly a top 5 player, like if
Yep.
not better. Um, but then
He
like
did well.
yeah, he did really well. I mean, he's using Hero, which
Better.
is interesting because that's not a character you would really see him use offline, you know?
Yeah.
So like right there, there's like a distinct difference. But it does interest me because in the top eights, and I'll try and find it, you still see all of like the big names you would think. And that's like probably just the game sense of like players who play on a high level, just knowing the game. But I don't know. I haven't seen
I
any
think
like totally crazy names sneak in the results.
so. I think for this case, you're definitely not gonna see too much of like a flux in the people you see. Like in the top eight, you might see a slight dip in performance because obviously, like we just elaborated on, certain characters are kind of built a little bit better for Wi-Fi because like there's really nothing out here that like streams like ordinary to me. Like obviously, Cola has been kind of the the man on fire when it comes to to performing well in these Wi-Fi tournaments.
Mm.
How much money has he
Obviously, you see
made
guys
now? A lot. He won both
probably
Bs.
I'm gonna say a shit ton.
Well, he
First place isn't it like usually 70% of the pot, so it might be like 7 grand.
Dude,
Yeah,
he's probably sitting at like 15 grand between the last one and this one.
His taxes are gonna be fucking hell, dude. Is he 18? I think his parents might have to pay those actually. I don't know
that's
how
a,
that works.
Makes me
It's
really
kind of fucked
consider
up.
like actually having a channel and growing community because like you think about the money output, it's
Hmm.
crazy. I
yeah.
mean, but that's prize
Good thing the
pools in
tax season's
general.
been extended.
I'd like to also point out that Cola, he's one of the best people playing 3 characters at a really high level too. Because we initially when Ultimate came out, we're like, this game's gonna be a counterpick game and counterpick meta. Haven't like seen it a ton at the top level. I mean, obviously a couple times here and there, but like he's the first one I've really seen. And granted, it is Wi-Fi, so you get that little asterisk going there. But he's using Snake, Roy, and Cloud. Like, what character do you go against that 3? Because you're gonna run into, I feel like, at least one matchup that stresses your character out. Because like he went he went Snake against Void, Cloud against Meister, and did he play against Nairo? I think he went Roy last time he played Nairo. So it's kind of like even if he has like a couple even matchups across the board, he can pick and choose. It's his comfort pick. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It- like
He's
if
always
he
got
wants to
the
go,
upper
like if
hand.
Cloud Palu's kind of even, I don't know if it is or not. It seems like it might be slightly Palu advantage, but even if Cloud Palu's even and he feels like going Roy instead, that'll be awesome. And then he also has a stage advantage there too. Like if you try to ban against him, you have to think like if I ban here, he might go Snake on this stage. And I don't want to fight against Snake, so I don't want to ban that because if I leave, and it's just like this whole kind of roundabout with his character selection. He's so good with all 3 of them too. So I like it a lot, man. I think this is exactly what I wanted to see from the ultimate meta and the way it's progressing. So that's like a cool silver lining to this whole Wi-Fi era, is that we get to see more of like Cola top play like quickly, and kind of get to see him play all of his different characters. And I can't wait till we get back to offline events. I really want to see, because that'll be the storyline, right? Going to main offline events. How are these people who did so well at Wi-Fi events gonna do at offline events? We got Wrath, we got Cola, Georgia, basically. Like, how are they gonna do Best Nest? Like, is he gonna be top 10 of the PGR now? He's got the results. He 3-0 MK Leo. Like, all these storylines are going to emerge, and it will actually be very interesting, because I think there is some truth, because the break is going to be long enough. Like, if we were only on lockdown for like a month or whatever, I think you can kind of get away with not playing a ton every day. But there's no way you can go 6 months, 8 months, a whole year without at least trying to play competitively online and getting real practice in. Like, you have to. You can't play with other people in person right now. It's like not an option. So
Yeah, I think
yeah.
and even like before, we all kind of got put on ice for however long this whole thing lasts for. Cola was doing well. Like he was it second at Dreamland that he got?
Yeah, he did, beating Mars. I forget who else he beat.
He beat Mars. He beat
no,
ZD. He beat ZD. He beat a lot of good players.
Well, he's been trending, because like that was right at the middle of like, because like CO Dreamland was like basically the victim of everything being canceled around it, but having to run. But even before that, I feel like Cola was getting some results, and I'm trying to remember which events he was going out to, but he was.
Did he do well at Frostbite? I feel like. Oh no, that was right. This is the Georgia guys, man. Like, it's one or the other. You know what I mean?
I actually was wondering that too, because I'm pretty sure Cola was definitely at Frostbite, but I feel like what was before Frostbite? Because I know he did well somewhere else.
He still did well, yeah. It's just like now the expectations for Cola are like top 5, and coming out of Wi-Fi, it's like, damn, is he the best player in the world all of a sudden? Like, did that happen? That's a real possibility. Glitch 9. I feel like he had a close set at Glitch 9, but I don't know if do you have to play like the Buzz? Glitch 8? I can't remember, bro.
Yeah,
might be right. G-Pig's got a good mind for that shit, so he's probably right.
I just feel like I've seen him go out to a lot of places recently, and he's getting plenty of wins. But the irony that I think is, was he who eliminated Nairo in the quarantine series? Because didn't he basically
put him in losers and Meister eliminated him?
Yes.
All right. Because it's funny to me thinking about that, because you just think about Nairo as a player, and I'm pretty sure when Cola was Salt 1, he was a Naifu, right? Like, he was just grinding out Naifu
Was he a
wars.
Naifu?
I'm
can see
almost positive that he was just like constantly at the top of Naifu wars, especially in Smash 4. And then like, now he ends up overtaking what's the word I'm looking for? The guy you learn everything from, like in a big bracket with money.
Hazmat. Your sensei, your master?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Hazmat.
Sensei?
The Hazmat.
The Hazmat.
No, it's funny. You know what? A lot of people don't.
It's like
realize this.
Master Splinter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turtles?
That's the guy. That's the guy.
The student becomes a teacher. But it's actually funny. Like, a lot of your favorite players probably started off as Naifus. Like, I know Cosmos was a big force in the Naifu nations, like back in Smash 4. Salt 1 as he was back then, or Cola as we know him now. But yeah. So here's the thing that I wanted to bring up with Wi-Fi. So like I think what Critical and Alpharad and everybody involved are doing, it's awesome. I think it's absolutely fantastic. They're pumping money in a time where we don't know how long it's going to be, until we get to play this offline. So I think as long as the incentive is there for like the top players to enter, then they'll continue to do so. It's a pretty easy day's work for most of them. Even 7th place is like, it is what it is, for Leo. I'm sure he's not going to lose too much sleep over it. But, you see it a lot at the weekly levels. We're seeing a lot of faces.
Check 1, 2. Okay, sorry. I was just checking my mic. My mic was messing up, so.
No, you're good. And
sorry, bro.
Yeah, you're fine. But like, we're seeing even like the locals that we run, there's a lot of newer faces, because like it is people kind of say that well, Wi-Fi can't be that different, and to those people, I hope whenever the healthcare system clears up, that you go seek medical attention, because it's a completely different game, in my opinion, when you play online.
Well, the thing is
Louis. I love Louis money, bro. I'm sorry. I think my mic's way too loud now. Sorry, chat.
I think you're okay.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I mean, you're good on my end, anyways.
No, it's bad. Yeah, sorry, it's bad on. So this whole time I was using my nice mic on OBS. So sorry, just a little bit of a mess up there. Oh, my camera's back on still. All right, Cat left. She was bored. She's not a fan of the podcast. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, the thing is like I feel like talking media isn't the cat aren't cats' favorites. They like to like claw at things and like chase stuff. So it's like if you're just sitting there talking, they're just kind of like, all right, I got.
Gonz is having some great commentary in chat. He wrote "cat" with 4 exclamation marks and then goes, "I hate Chris."
Dude, it's crazy how much I hate him too. It's like, I
Damn.
don't know, man. It's
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know New Jersey got down like this. What the heck?
Quarantine's made Chris a different man.
yeah, I'm more. I don't know. I don't have a trail to go with that. I don't hate Gons. I know he doesn't hate me.
How could
It
you?
would just be so weird if
You
we
know?
were saying "I love you" to each other all the time. You know, it's just like, don't do that. It's weird.
Gotta break up the action, dude.
Yeah, got to make it exciting. But
Anyway, sorry, as you were saying.
yeah, so I don't know. The thing about so I think it is great to get money in, and I think it's nice getting bigger players active and sort of on the screen still to keep people interested in general. I think that's super important. The one thing that is suffering though still, and it's hard, and it's really no different than it was before, are the individual regions. Like, and I mentioned this a little earlier. Everyone's taking a hit, and there's really no way to like fix that.
Sure.
And I know, like, I think I saw Alpharad mention something about trying to like help like the regions or whatever, getting people involved who are involved. But like that is something like, because you think about like $10,000 as like a figure, that's like a lot of money. So like, what if
Yeah.
that was spread out and put between individual regions and then like worked up to a bigger invitational? It's like I just think like other things can happen aside from just throwing like the top percent of money at the 1% where the rich get richer. Because I feel like I don't mean this in like a way like I say it like that just to like articulate a point, but like I don't know, there was a lot of scenes like, and I could tell you firsthand, like New Jersey was starting to really pop off and get all kinds of great attention. All the collective channels and entities running things were all starting to hit next level stuff, and then a halt happens, and like I feel like I'm just starting Master Hand like all over with like I'm doing Mario Kart tournaments, all these different things. So it's like it's interesting because that was the fiber of what was making a lot of the bigger events like pop off, are the sub regions.
So I think that's the goal though is similar to what you're saying, is where they throw the $10,000 invitational and then they hope that that leads to more opportunities to generate like enough buzz, and like prove that the viewership is there. I think that's like the goal, is that they're trying to build, because that was the invitational was the first step, and then they actually have the series.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So I think it's similar to what you're saying, and I hope that that eventually means that it goes to the local level and helps more tournaments out like that. So I guess we'll see how it kind of goes.
Because like that's help like locals would need even without Wi-Fi. I mean, the Wi-Fi is basically just to add some incentive. It's really hard to incentivize people, especially now that everyone like they're just finding other games and other ways to like hang out. So for me personally, I've been more on a focus of like, okay, well, how do you like if the community's carrying the game to some end, how do you encapsulate that community in other places that aren't the game when the game was kind of the outlet for it to grow because it was consistent. I don't know. There's really a lot to think about with the whole thing.
Yeah, it's just gonna be interesting to see how we, kind of go forward. As I think a lot of places are kind of finishing up their PR seasons around this time, so it's gonna be fun to see how you kind of like incentivize the people to enter. Because obviously we can only provide, so much on Wi-Fi. So if there's ever a time to get creative with some ideas, I'd recommend all TOs and EOs to do so now. But the Critical series was absolutely, awesome.
Yeah, and it felt different.
Yeah.
It felt like streamers streaming versus like tournament streams, and I think that's something that the scene has needed for a while anyways. It's hard to find the talent to really do that. I actually have been trying to do that model for this channel. It's a tough go, but like on the
Bro,
other end, I do think that's the formula because that's what Twitch caters to. It wants a streamer. It doesn't want
I
like a
think
tournament.
I think too, Chris. I think I told this to both of you, but like commentating on over Wi-Fi and for like, I don't know, man. It was so fucking different for me. It was so weird, and it's just things that I never, or things maybe I took for granted or never really thought about. Like I feel like I really feed off of the the tournament when I'm there. Like I feed off the energy of the people, the players, production. Like if a big upset's about to happen, you can kind of feel it, or you can kind of hear like the crowd get into it and flutter, and like that was all gone. Like I was just at my desk, sitting or standing, whatever the fuck I was doing, and just watching these matches. And not that I wasn't excited, but trying to get excited when there isn't that extra natural hype around it. is fucking hard. Like it was hard for me, and then I felt like when I commentated with it was the two people I commented this weekend with were Alpharad and EE, and they have is like, dude, I was very impressed with EE. Like, I think online commentating is like 100% his thing. Like, he is such like a personality. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, he's just
Yeah.
such a like an
Streamer
online
personality.
personality.
Yeah, that's what.
That's like that's like what carries him. I don't mean he's carried as a commentator. He's so fucking good at what he does, but he's so funny, and like the fact that he doesn't have to censor himself and he can just make whatever jokes he wants. And like we had a few drinks before Knife Wars, and like we just had a really good time. And I feel like that's EE's thing, is like just having a really good time. And I feel like he's in his element, and I'm still kind of learning. I'm glad people like my commentary. That was very flattering and very nice to hear. But I really feel like I was just out there like trying to learn how to ride a bike again, or some shit. It was just weird because it was just a whole different venue. And I don't stream a lot. I'm getting back into it now, obviously, because like what the fuck else am I gonna do?
Sure,
You know,
I hear
like
that.
I'm already doing this, and if I'm playing Smash online, I might as well stream it and hopefully grow a brand and a channel and get some people to hang out with me, because that's really what I want.
So
But like, dude, it's so fucking different, man. And Kyle, I don't know if you've like casted a whole lot yet online, and I just kind of want to see what you thought about that.
No, I agree. It's definitely different. Like, I think a big thing about commentary that's like I always hammer home is that it's a conversation between two people.
Yeah.
And while having a conversation through the internet isn't like the hardest thing in the world, like I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that like talking to you guys here isn't any different than talking to you guys in real life, but like there is a bit of a different cadence, to commentating via Wi-Fi. Like for me personally, I kind of find myself getting a little like too relaxed when I'm commentating. So like I'm trying to like kind of keep my energy level up.
Yeah.
Just because like the circumstances that where I'm in is like, I'm at home in my computer wearing basketball shorts, eating Pringles by the handful. It's not like any different. The only difference is that the Pringles are probably smaller when I'm commentating in real life. But like, I definitely do kind of feel myself trying to kind of get my sea legs again, like which is a little weird. Like you said, it's kind of like that feeling of like trying to ride a bike, but I think I'd say you know it's one of those things of just like repetition. Like I'm used to commentating like a couple times, 3 times a week usually. So I think it's just another one of those things where like I gotta kind of have to get into a routine of like doing this again, and I'm sure the pros like you and I will be fine.
And for me, one of the coolest fucking thing was I was done commentating. I turned off my headset and I just walked into my living room. Like I was done and I was home. It
yeah,
was
that's it.
it was fucking incredible, dude. Like
Mm-hmm.
I hung up both Knife Wars and Alpharad's thing and the Mazer thing. All right, cool. Thanks for your commentary. See you later. And I hung up and was like, all right, I'm home already. This is dope. I don't have to sleep in a hotel, and I don't have to fly home and spend money on airfare and going out and eating food. I've got 5 more here. Um, it aside from making the adjustments and learning how, and that was one thing during the alpha red thing, is I slowly started to loosen up, especially being out with EE the night before, like learning how to loosen up, and kind of just let things rip, and just be more personality based and like analytical, or kind of serious, that you have to, not like super serious at a Smash tournament obviously, but less serious than you do for sure. And it was like just kind of letting loose was very liberating. And then I remember Vicky in Korean jumped in the chat after us to commentate. They're like, "Yo, Has, you're pretty funny actually." I was like, "Oh, fuck you guys. I've been funny this whole time. Fuck you guys."
Dude,
I was
did they
pissed.
not see the trivia during Frostbite? Come on.
People love that shit, dude. I
Yeah, I
gotta
know.
come up with more.
I think
We thought of the bit of wearing Hawaiian shirts like days before we flew to Detroit. It was
Yeah.
so funny.
the thing
Mhm.
is like, but that's just it. So, and I think, and has you already said this, but basically this is sort of something I think's been missing, and I think it kind of fell behind
Yeah.
like the actual in-person Smash because the netcode's so bad. But I sort of think that there's a world where both can be a thing, and I think that that's the world that people should be open to, because the reality is like Wi-Fi tournaments, they're bringing out people who don't usually compete, and like I've had new players on the channel that I don't usually see. Some of which that are actually really starting to get interested or getting to know the other players. And I'm just like, even if they never come out, it would still be nice to engage with these people because they're just going to watch the people that are the in-betweens, you know?
Yes.
Like it's still a way to grow. And I think a lot of people in the frustration or just looking at the results and thinking like, oh, well, I do bad here and I don't rank well, so therefore this game mode sucks. Like, I just think it's being taken too seriously. And a lot of people sitting home playing like Elite Smash or just quick play in general, like right now, like what do you have, like what's to lose? especially all the
I
regions.
know
You're doing
that's
it for the
the
region.
thing
Like,
is
just
like
play. Who
the
cares?
quarantine series is a big prize pool. It costs literally $0 to enter or whatever, right? That's how that works. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's free to
Yeah,
enter,
it's
isn't
free to
it?
enter.
Yes.
Quarantine
So
series is,
like,
I think it's like an invitational.
I think the next one's open bracket.
Probably, and I'm sure it'll still be free. With that kind of prize
I
pool,
think
I
it
can't
is.
imagine. Yeah, I don't
Hmm.
think Alpha Rat
I think
operates that
that's
way.
yeah, and like that's what I'm saying. It's like you're entering for nothing, but I think I think the only reason people are taking it to heart is A, they're taking losses that they feel like they wouldn't otherwise,
Hmm.
and B, it's the only serious form of competition we have right now. Otherwise, like losing to someone on elite, that sucks anyway. Like even if we have offline and like they feel good, like those fuckers feel good about themselves when they beat
Oh
you, and it's like God
yeah,
damn it, like you shouldn't have. But now it's like now there's money on the line, so it actually kind of means something, or circuit points, or whatever the fuck's going on.
yeah, like when you have
Yes.
like a Wi-Fi Zelda spamming B and you just can't get in because like the timing's weird. Like yeah, it's
Chris, you
infuriating.
play as Terry. You should destroy that
Oh, I don't
shit.
have a problem with Terry, but when I'm playing anyone else, it's really annoying.
Mm. I love when Zelda spam beam.
Yeah, I don't have
They,
many issues with that, but like if I'm using Mega Man or Link, like forget
oh
it. It's so
yeah,
frustrating.
fair enough. Yep. Yeah, man. It's like you said, Chris. I think weirdly it's like a breath of fresh air. I mean, in a weird way, it's also terrible. It's kind of weird that it's both. You know what I mean? Like because Wi-Fi. I've never seen people get so salty about Wi-Fi in my life, obviously. So that part of it sucks. But everything else about it, like I love the storyline with Colin. Man, he's awesome. He's such a cool like new face to Smash that we have going on here. And I feel like Georgia's known about him forever. And I mean, I did too with Salt One. He was like a high level Smash 4 player. But dude, this is a whole nother level. This
No,
is
for sure. He's
very
he's
cool.
he's glowed up a lot, and Georgia has like, I don't want to say Georgia's like low key always been a good region. Like everyone's always known
Oh,
how good of a region
definitely, yeah.
Georgia
Yeah.
is. Like they've had
Yeah.
killers for years. It's just a matter of just kind of it's the problem that a lot of people kind of run into in Smash is that like a lot of their scene is like a bit on the younger side, so they don't always have the liberty to travel as much.
That's
But
fair.
obviously, but they're like top 6 is like my god. Like,
Yeah, can we pull up their PR actually, Chris? Is that
Yeah,
possible?
sure.
And even the Smash 4 one, like we can do an old side by side. Like one of their late Smash 4 ones would be great. Because I know it was Fatality for a long time running that, along with Scat.
Yeah,
And
Scat
then
and Wrath.
Wrath, of course, and then isn't there Hyper
Sunny.
Kirby, right? Doesn't he live there too?
Yep, Hyper Kirby, Sonito is one that comes to mind as well.
Donito, yep. It's like just a ridiculous region. Like it's just so strong.
I don't know where the recent one is. I literally found one from 2016, but it has all the names you're listing, so it's just kind of funny.
Perfect. Yeah, you want to full screen that?
Yeah, it's,
Reflex? Oh, that's a name.
yeah,
Lord
Fatality,
Mix.
Scat,
Ooh.
Hyper.
Lord Mix. Oh my God.
Player 1, he beat Mars at
Yeah, he did.
CEO Dreamland.
Yep.
Look at that. Salt one. So Salt one's kind of playing. Cola's playing too many characters. That's cap. But
That's before Cloud came out, right? Or is it after?
no, Cloud's right there. I
Oh,
think
it
he
is,
was
sorry.
kinda-
I
Yeah,
don't
this
have a full
is
screen
he's
here,
he's pretty
Switch.
new, I think, at this point.
Cody 3, who is now currently Ikata. Cody 3 was also a Naifu for a very long time too. I forgot that Scat played Ryu. My God.
Did he really?
I didn't even know that
Says he
actually.
did. Yeah, Reflex is a name I haven't heard in a minute. Jeez.
Yeah, right.
I wonder what that guy's up
Amazing,
to.
amazing ass state though, to say the least.
Yeah, no, they are
Really
are
good.
super stacked. Like they're top 6, top however many they are insanely good.
That's a recipe for success with Cola right there. You do that plus the Naifu stuff, man.
Yeah.
Powerful in-house region and the Wi-Fi stuff every week. Because like Naifu's, it doesn't bring out like heavy hitters every week, but really solid players play Naifu Wars. Like they
Sure.
won't like win a major or anything. The regulars, but they're really good. Like there's some really good players on there who maybe someday could win a major.
Well,
for
dude,
sure.
I don't know if you've seen the surgence, or I don't want to say resurgence, but the overwhelming Pac-Man victories on Wi-Fi, especially around these parts, with like Kolmar, who's also, I'm pretty sure he was a Naifu. He definitely used to train with Nairo a lot. I know during Brawl, and then I think just probably started doing Wi-Fi tournaments, but he went to both Xeno. For some reason, he used a different tag for each tournament.
I hate that.
I think he just got the warning from Devin that said like, dude, if you use surname, like we're perma banning you. So
Let's go, Devin.
yeah. So anyways, he won both Xeno and DNA back to back and was like, all right, I'm done entering.
Whoa.
And then I think he won Naifu Wars or got second, maybe, whatever it was. But
I don't
like,
recall. I don't recall how he did in that tournament.
but
To
like
be
he
honest
has
with you.
shown up only to Arcadians in New Jersey and actually did win it. So it's like it's good players, you know. Like it's, but yeah, like it just Wi-Fi is a different thing, and some people are just more comfortable like playing from home, like straight up, or just it is a thing.
Yeah, no, the Wi-Fi really like breeds a whole like. I don't mean this in like a negative connotation, but like there's a whole like different world out there of like people who I have never heard of in my entire life. Like Kolmar, I'm familiar with him from some offline tournaments, and he's a pretty mild mannered guy. But on Wi-Fi, he plans to make it as slow and painful as possible. But like,
Yeah,
Dude,
but
yeah,
that's
he
his Xeno special. He's just hooking up Xeno online.
Yeah, he's just he's
That's top four
proxy for
Xeno anyway,
Sinji.
baby.
The thing is like he this set that's on the screen right now. This was one from 2 weeks ago, Kolmar and Bonk, and this set was just like mixtape of just like and one Pac-Man clips. Like
Really?
he just sort of just tools on him.
This seems awful for Meta Knight in this game. This
Well, it
seems
is.
bad.
it's funny because this matchup on the other end for Pac-Man and 4 was atrocious.
That's
Like,
because Meta Knight's dash attack was real in that game.
It's
Yeah.
like
Grabs it, suck.
it's
I
like your
miss him every day, man.
it's like your bully from high school used to shove you in lockers, and then you see him working at McDonald's, and you're making like six figures.
Yeah, and then the bully comes, the kid you were bullying comes back with like a fire hydrant.
He's just like, you're
Yeah.
done for now, bro. But yeah, he
Yeah,
was
but,
doing
like-
all these crazy things, and I was just like, oh my god, this looks awful.
Yeah, he was putting Bonk in the blender, but like, yeah, there's just like a whole, because I know that like Wi-Fi crews are like very popular amongst like younger kids, you know, for the,
Yeah.
it really like builds like there's a whole like separate community, like they have their own rankings and stuff, which is like people scumming
No, it's-
Wi-Fi tournaments and stuff.
It's
like,
true. And dude, it brings
like
out the Richters. I don't know if you saw this, Has. We had a Richter in grand finals last week. This dude
Yeah,
is
Koopa
really
actually
good.
texted me. That's cool. You know, Best has been using Richter too.
I saw that. Actually, I think Quarantine Series I saw him using. I had no idea.
He did that. Quarantines. It did okay at Knife Wars. It took a game off of Meister actually. So I have a little bit of hope that Richter might have another place in the meta
Hey,
fighting
man.
against Game and Watch.
You might
yeah,
find.
Luffy's the man. This whole
Yeah,
That's
this
him.
kid, he's
Yeah.
really fucking.
Hell yeah.
He's good.
yeah, his Richter is Sictor. I guess we'll go
Yeah,
with that.
it's really good. But yeah, so that's the thing is like at the very least, love it or hate it, depending on the characters you like in this game. It is bringing out kind of new characters to watch. Like it's nice
Mhm.
seeing Richter on the screen, and even to a lesser
It
extent
is.
Bayonetta. Like it's nice. It's just different than seeing the usual things like that you see all of the time. Like so, I could appreciate it for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how things kind of go forward. And I'm definitely excited for that. And you know, we did kind of have a bit of a lull in the middle of the week. And then as you know, as I put it earlier, a Nintendo Direct Mini dropped out of the sky, and in Haz's terms, it kind of crawled out from the grave. But
Hell, bro.
yeah, from either way though, yeah, Nintendo kind of dropped this Nintendo Direct literally in the middle of the week, no warning. It was pre-recorded. Like Nintendo's kind of gone this route with their Nintendo Directs, where they don't have like a physical host standing in front of you anymore. It is kind of like that it's sort of like an AI voice that kind of guides you through what's coming out for Nintendo. We were all kind of worried, there's are we gonna like have a Nintendo Direct coming up just because of all the current events going on? Like, are these people gonna be able to like get to work to actually be able to do this? But I feel like this is definitely something that has been done for a bit, and there were a couple of announcements that came out. There were some release dates for for the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Bravely Default 2. Some games like the BioShock collection's coming to the Switch, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, that's a
If
good
you guys
one.
are-
Borderlands also.
Bioshock 1 rules. After that, whatever.
Yeah, the Panzer Dragoon remake. Like,
So
hello?
that
That's
is a
awesome.
big deal to me. That game
That's
is amazing,
awesome.
and I know not a lot of people. So I feel like the first half of the Nintendo Direct was pretty good. There was some good titles in there. I know not a lot of people appreciate Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but they did announce like expansion
Those are
packs for
great
that.
games.
Those are great games, by the way.
Very
That's a
fun,
Switch
very
exclusive.
fun.
And they like here's an article that wrong button. All right, yeah. So here's an article that basically kind of explains the games, but like that Good Job game actually looks like it's a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's basically like a
Yeah.
workplace, but you're like using heavy machinery or doing things, and it's just like you're like a bumbling disaster. But yeah, like the Ultimate Alliance stuff was pretty cool to see. Ring Fit Adventure, if it wasn't $300, that might be cool.
I'll
This,
sell you mine for 285, bro.
oof, I can't.
Dude, can I just like rant about?
280.
Can I like get a rant about Ring Fit Adventure for a second?
Sure.
So
Sure.
it was about a week before I guess the world kind of fell apart. There's a Target right by my job, and like whenever I like need something, I'll like stop at Target on my way home from work. And I was just kind of like walking around like the board game section, and I saw like a box copy of Ring Fit Adventure like sitting in the wrong section, like if someone it's as if someone like picked it up to buy it, and then they like changed their mind and just left it where whatever aisle they were in.
It was
So
meant
I
to
saw
be,
it,
bro.
yeah. So I saw it sitting there. I'm just like, oh, that's cool, but like, I don't really think I'm gonna need this. And then all fucking hell breaks loose, and I'm just like, oh, you know what? Now would be a good time to like look at Ring Fit Adventure. Like that might be a fun game to kind of keep me in shape if I can't leave the house. And then I'm looking how much it is online. I'm just like, can someone tell me why this game is fucking $800? Why is it a car payment? What's going on here?
There's no other way to play it, bro. They didn't produce enough either. I don't think it was selling well, honestly.
Well, yeah, now everyone's stuck
crazy.
home and
Switches
looking
are
for
also
ways to
sold
work
out, yeah.
out.
And J-Pin, I agree with you on Xenoblade. Like, I tried to play it, the original one. I like JRPGs fine. Like, I played a lot of Final Fantasies, Legend of Dragoon, like just a lot of classic PlayStation RPGs and there on out. And I couldn't get into Xenoblade, bro. I don't. It's not
Yeah,
for me.
same.
It feels like just like the biggest time sink in the world. Like, I might as well boot up WoW. You know, it's kind of how I feel. Like, just
Yeah.
whatever, dude. Not
So,
for me. It
but
looks nice though. The game looks great, and I'm happy all the fans are happy with the remake because nothing's a bigger bummer than when your game gets remade and it blows. Like that is just the worst.
yeah,
So
that
I'm happy that happened for them,
Well, speaking of
but I don't really
traditional
care.
JRPGs, I gotta tell you, I just couldn't be less interested when I was looking at the Bravely Default 2 trailer. I checked out big time, and
Yeah,
I was like, I want to like it. I like the idea. Like, it looks like what you would want. It looks traditional JRPG, but it looks like, newer. But it's just like it looks so
yeah.
like not interesting. Another thing though that I thought was really cool, that Shin Senkai game, Into the Depths. It's like the game where you're just like a guy falling in depths of water. I think that's like a Metroidvania game. At least it looks like
Oh
it.
really?
It really looks like it. I'm gonna see if I get gameplay really quick. But
Yeah, ever since Echo the Dolphin, I've been terrified of games that involve open water, but I'll give that one a shot.
it looks really cool, man. It looks like you're just kind of exploring and finding weapons and going through like a bigger map. And that game already dropped, but it looks that was like one game that I saw. I was like, wow, this looks really good. Aside from
Nice.
that, though, it's just like I didn't really see anything that really like blew my hair back to any real end, and that was
Star Wars
disappointing.
Jedi Knight's pretty cool.
So
I'm
that's
into-
cool. That is
I'm into
cool.
that.
And I thought that
That
was
diving into the water game was apparently an iOS game. I didn't know that.
that's
wow.
interesting. But like, yeah, you see how like the guy's basically just falling really slow to get like an attachment that he found like in the map, and then he goes to go to the bigger map. I could only guess that's what this game is because that's what it reminds me of, but. It
Cool.
also just looked like falling in water simulator because the whole trailer was just like the guy just falling further and further, and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, we got there was a whole bunch
there
of
he
other
is,
stuff
falling.
was-
Ah,
I think
there he goes
so
again.
funny.
What a concept.
I'm trying
A
to think
falling
of
in water simulator. It's a drowning simulator. That sounds horrible.
Oh yeah, Catherine's coming to the Nintendo Switch.
So
Great
cool.
game, actually. You know I'm not an anime guy, and that is a great fucking game. It
I
is
thought-
Catherine is on.
I
Catherine's
thought those
great.
games were just like RPGs, but this looked like a puzzler.
It is a puzzle game. Yeah, it's not an RPG at all.
Oh man, I had no idea.
It's
It looks
like
cool.
a fast-paced puzzle game, bro. It is. I'm not an anime guy, Chris. You know that. I never have been.
Yeah.
Never will be. But it is a fucking really fun game.
All I
No,
know
Catherine-
is that they told me that Vincent was stuck in a love quadrangle and he didn't know
Yeah,
what to
that's like the
do.
background story, though. I'm talking the gameplay, dude.
No, I know the gameplay looked cool, but I could get behind that backstory, man. The guy's having nightmares, and it's just like, oh, I gotta get out of these nightmares.
Yeah.
4 girls, like that's tight.
Yeah, anime girl nightmares. Yeah, totally. Totally.
Also,
dude.
I highly recommend looking up sets of competitive Catherine because it is a fucking trip. It is.
I've heard it's crazy.
I like
Actually,
that.
it was at
Yeah.
Evo as a side event one year.
Yeah, I know Toph is a big proponent of professional of competitive Catherine, but just kind of looking through the rest of this list, see if there's anything else that was interesting. Let's see. The club. I mean, I guess those board games look cool. If you're into that, I'm still really satisfied with the BioShock games because I've actually never played a BioShock game. because
First one's great. Just stop after that, bro.
I've been told from everybody to
I
not do that.
love the first BioShock game, dude. It is so fun. It was truly an experience. Like that's there's very few games that I would say are works of art. Actually, I mean a lot of them. You could technically say they are. I mean quality works of art. That's one of them for sure. That like Shadow of the Colossus. Very few games I would say are actual really good pieces of art, and BioShock's for fucking sure one of them.
This game
Yeah,
looks
it has.
stressful, by the way. Competitive
It is
Catherine.
stressful.
Oh my god.
Even not competitively, dude. Like the single player playthrough is a
Holy
lot, like a
crap,
lot of
man.
quick brain work is what
Look,
you
he
have
just
to
stole
do.
his block, and look, he stole it back and pushed him.
Yeah,
He's bullying
yeah.
him.
You can shove each other and shit. Steal blocks.
This is a
Dude,
nightmare.
it's so fucking
Look,
cool.
they're at
I'll
dude. This is neutral.
Yeah, it is neutral. No, you're actually completely right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Damn.
No, this game's amazing. I love puzzle games. Like I love games like Professor Layton and like Phoenix Wright, like games that require some brain power behind it just to kind of keep me thinking. And Catherine has made me sweat on multiple occasions. But
Interesting.
yeah, so I guess the biggest thing that the elephant in the room we're kind of avoiding is that we
Good fucking reason, bro.
as we see it announced here on the stream, or we see it on the screen here, and we saw it announced kind of very casually that the next DLC character coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the first character of Fighter Pass 6. Yes, the music rains in from the background. Is a character from ARMS.
Well, I guess it can't be.
Shit.
I feel like it can't be Springman because he is an assist trophy, but there's obviously a slew of other characters. Like there's Ribbon Girl, and the most interesting thing is Sakurai saying like, "Dude, we don't know how to program this character, but Nintendo wants this." Was like the funniest thing to see on Twitter.
I heard a good guess I saw by Coney was that it'll be the new mascot for ARMS 2, and they'll announce ARMS 2 with it, which makes the most sense. Because they already have Springman as an assist trophy, but the only silver lining here is if Springman makes it in as an assist trophy, like if they switch Springman out for like Rubber Girl or Elastic
Ribbon
Girl,
Girl.
what the fuck her name is? Who cares? If they switch them out and they make her the assist trophy and make him the real playable character, that would only be hype because it would make me think it's possible to get assist trophies as playable characters. That's the only possible silver lining I see here.
Yeah, that's
That
so
and having this remix in the game like 20 times.
I've heard the music is good, but people said that about Splatoon and they were fucking lying, so I'll believe it when I hear it.
I don't necessarily agree with you on that one, but I'll.
Splatoon dude, the music blows.
Dude, some people really don't like Splatoon music. I'm with you, Koopa. I actually kind of like
Koopa,
it.
I
But
played so much Smash with you. You have never once said, "Let's go to Mori Towers to hear the music." Never once, bro.
Okay,
all the hours we played Smash, never once. We've gone to the Castlevania stage for fucking sure. I've made you go to Midgar for fucking sure. No way have we ever even thought about going to that fucking stage.
All right, you got me. I can't
Fuck you,
dispute.
Hazmat.
I can't dispute fact.
That music sucks, and Inklings suck. They look like discount Target toys. Is what they look like. Like they walk by them, they're like generic. Like you walk by and be like, "What the fuck is that?" And you'd be like, "Wow, that's like a made-up Target brand toy." Is what you think if you look at Inklings. Same with ARMS characters, same thing.
These characters are hysterical, dude. They just
They
have
don't
long
look like
spring
Nintendo
arms.
characters, bro. They fucking suck.
Dude,
Yeah,
I've been
so-
calling for this since day one. I knew this was coming. That was like the first thing I remember saying it to someone next to me during when we were watching like the direct when Ultimate was even announced. I was just like, oh god, imagine I'm gonna add new Nintendo IP. Like they're probably gonna be an ARMS character, and then like
Splatoon 2 was like they were announced at the beginning, but they were a pretty obvious choice too, I thought. And I also, dude, what if this is just the curse pack? We get the fucker from ARMS, we get Minecraft Steve. Like, what if this is just cursed, dude?
just all of DLC pack 2.
Shrek
Shrek makes an appearance.
comes in, he saves it though.
Dude, why is
Christ.
Springman's hair toothpaste?
Yeah, it's a really well-designed original Nintendo IP.
I just want to know
2017 or whatever.
I just want to know
So-
why it looks
Sucks
like
balls, dude.
Crest toothpaste, like the blue very
ARMS
minty
sucks.
kind.
ARMS sucks so bad.
So somebody.
Everyone got in the hype train. I was like, I'm not wasting $60 on that game. You all are not gonna play this. For
I want you to
longer
stare Springman in the eyes right now, this picture, and tell him that he sucks, cause
Springman, you fucking suck, bro.
dude, he's
Such a waste of fucking time. Honestly, like even what like you're lucky Chris is pulling your image up on Google Images.
oh,
You're such
dude,
a
you know what
waste of
you
time,
know what he has
dude.
to say to you?
Whoa. I kind of like that, honestly. Like it sounds like Crash Bandicoot music or something, which I'm down with.
Yeah.
Sounds cool. Whoa.
Oh.
Definitely never gets old. Can't wait to hear it all the time.
So, what was it? Yeah, so just kind of lifted up the curtain a bit. I did contact our two resident arms experts in Coney and Aussie, see if they'd be around the night, and both were unfortunately busy.
Oh
but-
yeah, that sucks. We can't talk about arms more. Shit.
Yeah, so but
Arms
damn.
Arms
So here's
is
the-
nice.
Podcast is in
Arms
shambles,
is
bro.
nice.
yeah, arms is
Arms.
It's
It's just arms
nice.
nice. I
Arms
love that you messed it
nice.
up though.
Oh,
Arms
my
nice.
bad. Fake fan.
Yeah, not a real fan.
Fake
Arms
fan.
is not nice.
Arms.
Arms nice. More like arms bad. I
Ar-
think that's what I tweeted when I saw it. I just wrote arms equals bad. Is all
Arms
I
is
wrote.
not bad.
Arms-
Like
So-
70 likes for
Is-
no reason.
that-
So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I'm trying to just wrap my brain around, because I think Sakurai made it very apparent when we first had knowledge of DLC coming to the game, that he stressed that these were all handpicked by Nintendo, and outside of Terry, like that's all, and I guess even Joker to an extent, like it's really showing that like Nintendo's kind of showing their hand with these last two picks, because like you know what, say what you want about like I guess here about Hero or Terry, but like those are still some like legacy characters that have like
Yeah.
been around for a bit, and like these last two relay runners have been like it's kind of like when your favorite show like jumps to shark.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
shilling.
like
It
yeah,
is.
like
Heavy
yeah,
shills.
like
Selling out, bro, but that's okay. They
That's
made a great product.
yeah, but
Dude,
I don't know, man.
just
So
just
we-
real quick. Have you guys noticed? Look at Springman's calves. What a beast!
he's
Look at
beast a bit,
those,
I'm not gonna lie.
No.
dude. Look at
Double
the,
paid, no
look at
respect
them.
to Springman.
Look at them.
Oh my god.
Sorry, they're big calves. Anyways,
It's so yeah, so and obviously the vagueness of it is that they said yeah the character's coming, and we got a time frame. They said that the character's coming out in June, so
That's
that
very
feels like
soon.
that feels like a fucking century
maybe,
from now. 'cause
maybe
we're-
the quarantine grand finals is gonna be Springman dittos.
They didn't even give this fucker like a trailer or anything. That's how little they care.
It was an
Just
interesting
it's-
announcement. I will hand you that because they didn't.
That's straight. That was definitely the
It's like,
quickest. Obviously, there's a lot going on with COVID-19 and shit, but like, they didn't even. It wasn't even close. There was not
Also-
even an effort. An effort was not
Yeah.
made.
Also,
Terry at least had like CG.
Also, guys, let me just mention that like it happened in the middle of the direct too. Like it was like, oh, by the
Yeah.
way, this is coming. Like I think they knew that like just no one was gonna give a shit. Like
Yeah,
Well,
usually
that was it.
it was very weird because usually Smash is the anchor or like they
Always.
start off.
Or
with-
the
It's a big
start.
seller. They knew no one would give a fuck, bro.
They're like, I will
For
just sneak
sure.
this in there. Like, dude, they ended with Pokemon, like Sun and Moon
Well, Pokemon's,
stuff.
that's big though. Like, and Pokemon Sword Shield sold.
Yeah,
really
but
well.
it's not supposed to be Smash big,
Yeah, it's
Well,
not.
actually,
well, yeah,
especially
I
a
don't
game
know
that's
about that,
already
actually.
out, like
Well,
Sun
hold
and
on.
Moon. Or
Well,
I'm
Smash
sorry,
is already
Sword and
out
Shield.
too. The heck?
So
Yeah,
now that I
but-
think about
I
it,
guess.
I think there was a Nintendo Direct like right before. I think it was the patch when Joker was supposed to come out. They kind of announced that. Oh, by the way, it's patched like 4. What was it? 3.0 is when Joker came out. Is that what it was? 2.0, 3.0.
Like 3.
It would have been 3.0. Yeah, they kind of announced it in the middle of that direct that. Oh yeah, by the way, 3.0 is coming out, and here's exactly 5 seconds of what Joker's model looks like.
What do you think this matchup's gonna be like though? Because I feel like this is what we're looking at. I literally think Springman's just Mac with range.
He also might be the most toxic character. Like an Arms character has
Easily.
the perfect build. Like that's people worried about the Belmonts being toxic. They were right. I think it's gonna happen again.
I think the best part about this coming out is that I got my favorite meme resurfaced of Marth with like the stretchy hand attached to him.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That is really funny.
That's funny, but yeah,
The gummy hand.
it's one of my favorite pictures. I'm not gonna go on. So I only know like a handful of characters from. And
Twintel. It better be Twintel, bro. That's the only way it can even be kind of saved.
Oh.
Or Springman, and they change out who the assist trophy is. Those are the
Yeah.
only two things I will accept. That cucumber fucking thing gets in, bro.
Dude, he
Isn't there, like, a
turned
dog,
himself
too?
into a pickle. It was the funniest shit I've ever
Oh
seen.
God, no.
I'm a fan of the ramen girl. I think I'm the ramen girl.
I don't know who that is.
Min, I think her name is.
Oh yeah, people like her. I saw a
So
lot of
it's
people saying
funny. I saw somewhere on the internet, or I forget where I saw this, so I apologize if I'm not giving you credit. But remember back when we we didn't know who the fourth DLC character was, and there was a leak. It's like, oh, it's a character and a robot, and it's from it's from a franchise that nobody gives a shit
Oh
about,
yeah, we
and it's
talked
gonna
about
be
this.
very divisive for people. What if this was the leak all along?
And they moved it.
Yeah,
They probably have something to show us though. Then
you'd
by
think,
that point.
right? Yeah, maybe.
Well,
But
on
no,
it,
I mean, there's a dog, right? And that's who Coney played as, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not super familiar with the roster. That it's Arms, but Twintel's my pick. Like I think
She's
Twintel.
cool, yeah,
well,
for sure.
that's everybody's pick for. I have to be very careful with the Twintel search, but that's everyone's pick for like the replacement of like Bayonetta. I can't scroll down any further, by the way.
That's
that's all I'm
Probably
gonna
gets
say.
pretty dicey.
It's already a
after
little
that part.
dicey if you look closely, but I'm not gonna let you. So
Thanks, bro.
Yeah,
There goes my
but,
stream.
you can search that in
So-
your own time.
but I will agree with Haz though that if
Oh,
I
God.
only accept I'll only let Springman sit at the lunch table if it means that other assist trophies like are coming with it.
I'll show you one
think,
picture.
I think
that's
the two most likely outcomes are it's
Oh,
Springman.
look, it's Doc.
Christ, Chris.
What is this? Sorry. Alright.
That's Arms, baby.
Arms, baby.
Buns.
That's
Cheeks,
so funny.
different game. So I think this new pack, it's either going to be the assist trophy upgrade, and then that's the theme for the pack. So like we could get Alucard or Zero, and then they get switched out with someone else like Base or some shit from Mega Man.
Whoa.
And like, I know that would be such a cool theme for a pack, right? Like I've always said that they might upgrade assist trophies. I think that would be so cool. It probably won't happen realistically. Like what if they get Shovel Knight and they replace it with another indie IP, or like we get Shovel Knight and then they replace him with like Hollow Knight as an assist trophy or some shit. You know,
Whoa.
I think it's definitely possible. It's still a long shot. I think more likely it's the one that Coney said, which is we'll be getting like a new rep from the new game. And we'll see. I guess they can't be. I thought also we might get a Bowser Jr. type situation where like it's all of them but one character, but apparently they're all crazy different. So I really don't know honestly if you could do that. It sounds like you can't, and do them justice, which is what
Right.
Smash has kind of been all about.
Maybe.
Maybe honestly they might have put what if the Arms character? Here's the theory. You know how they put Byleth last? And that was like by far the weakest choice for a DLC character, right?
Oh,
like
for-
I think everybody
without-
agrees.
without
even
a
if you,
doubt.
even if you're a Fire Emblem fan, you kind of gotta agree. Like
I
that's
still
just
can't
fact.
believe that. I still can't believe we did it. I just remember laughing hysterically when the trailer started.
I wonder if the Arms characters was supposed to be the last character of this pack, but they want to lead with the weakest pick now. A, because of the backlash against Byleth, but B, because we have COVID-19 going on a little bit right now. So if they need to like rush a character out or like kind of do one when, I don't know though, like if video game sales are like an all-time high right now, you think they'd want to lead with their strongest foot forward. I don't know, dude. Maybe that was just
Was
overreaching
this-
on a theory there, but
Was this their Evo presentation? This mini direct?
No, I don't think so.
I just
No
wonder.
way.
I hope not.
If they use because
Very
they usually do
lackluster.
they usually do a Nintendo Direct at like the beginning quarter of the year, right? That's the thing that usually happens.
I think people were expecting one and anticipating when it would drop. So
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. I do agree though that if they do go the route of assist trophies, that would be killer. Because the one thing that I keep thinking about, like when they announced that 6 more characters are coming, like the problem that I ran into is that I was having a hard time rattling off like 6 Smash, like 6 iconic enough characters that you can put in Super Smash Brothers.
Chun-Li, Crash Bandicoot. That's it. Wander from Shadow of the Colossus.
Not the horse.
Scorpion.
Yeah, you could do
And
Scorpion.
Terra from Final Fantasy or Chrono from Chrono Trigger.
God, I wish.
Or Gino. And Gino.
Yeah.
Skull Kid. Yep, all of them.
Yeah, so I feel like
There
a
you
lot
go.
of their, I feel like it would be easy just to kind of go the VIP route, just like taking their assist trophies. But then,
I like
You
that.
yeah, because then then you'd also be opening the can of worms of like, do you really want Shadow the Hedgehog in Super Smash Brothers? Like,
Oh, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't come over.
I just want to know what.
I think
It'd
he
be
would.
Knuckles before Shadow. I would hope for that. That would be cool.
Yeah,
That would be
cool.
nice. It should
I
be
would
Knuckles.
much prefer that.
I just want to know
Knuckles
what
is cool.
happened to that Advanced Wars trophy and why it's not there anymore.
Oh my god.
I just
Good question, actually. I love Advance Wars, by
Dude,
the way. Great game.
it's a shame that those games just died and we got a bunch of just poor imitations of it.
Mhm.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know, man. I I know this whole pack is Nintendo's choice, so I wouldn't be too surprised if there's like some kind of like new release. Maybe it's like a remake. We are seeing the errors of remake. We didn't really get to talk about all the Mario remakes that they're about to make.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but that's also pretty big news on the side of all
Yeah,
this stuff.
that's huge. Like, um, it's interesting. I don't want to say Mario doesn't go to remake route because it has in the past, obviously, with like Super Mario. What was it?
64 3D.
64. Yeah, 64 3D or 64 DS.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it is 64. That's redundant.
Yes.
Because that 64 already was 3D. I know
Yeah.
Gons is pissed right now at his keyboard. How
Oh,
dare you say 64 3D?
Yeah, that's interesting, man. And hey, I mean, I'll take it. I'll play Super Mario Galaxy until my fucking thumbs fall off. That game is fantastic. So
Maybe you'll get one of those Islanders as a Smash character. You know what I'm talking about? The big
like
guys,
like the
the big like blue guys that were in Mario Baseball.
that would be kind of cool.
I thought you were saying like the Chuckster from Mario
Oh, the
Sunshine.
Chuckster.
Oh, I'm a Chuckster. only if we get the gospel choir that sings the Mario theme song in the background.
Or
That's
or the choir. Well, we're already gonna have the choir that sings the Arms song, so maybe they could do it.
I'm just gonna echo the thoughts of my good friend Super Glintendo. When
Oh no! Please
when
stop.
so
We're on
no,
my stream right now, bro. Please stop.
so when the leak of the Mario remix came out, Glenn went on his high horse and said, everybody's gonna hate this if Sunshine gets like an HD remake. People are gonna hate it. But I mean, I don't know.
I don't. Okay, so I understand what he's saying because he's saying a lot of people like the charm of like the GameCube version. A lot of the broken bits is what people really appreciate it, but I sort of disagree. I think that game's old enough now where there's a lot of people who haven't played it. And even the people that play it, like Nintendo, if they do one thing right, it is the remakes because like even they might be underwhelming, but they're very true to what they were, even if the mechanics are a little bit off. Because I'm just thinking about most recently,
Yeah.
Link's Awakening. That game's incredible. It felt exactly like the original. Meanwhile, it had remixed music. It had a whole new look to it, but like it felt literally like playing the original game. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that for something like the Mario games and especially Sunshine. Like I don't know, that game GameCube, like I know a lot of people like to say they like the broken components of GameCube and all the limitations of the system, but the reality is that stuff is dated. It's very dated.
Yeah.
And I think a remake for it is only going to bolster. So I don't care if it plays a little bit like Odyssey. It does not matter. I still think the adventure itself will still be very worthwhile. I don't see how it can be.
Have you guys ever wondered? Oh, I'm sorry, you go first.
They should implement like classic controls versus like new Switch controls. Like that should be a choice.
Yes, I agree.
Which they've done with other games. I feel like in the past, where you can do like one or the other.
Have you guys ever 100% at Sunshine?
I've never played Sunshine.
Really?
Oh, there you
Wow.
go. So you'll be getting to play it. It's a great game.
I want it to come out on the Switch, but if it doesn't, I don't really care either. Like,
Yeah,
whatever.
Nothing was different
Okay.
than it was the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What it
Like
was
I've either
normal.
played it or I haven't, and it's if I get to
Yeah.
play it, cool. If I don't, all right, I'm still living.
I wasted pretty much an entire summer break of I think I was going into the 6th grade, 100%ing Mario Sunshine, and I was pissed. Waste of my time.
Dude, 100%ing. Oh yeah, what did they give you like a thank you screen? I think.
They give you the thank you screen and a pair of sunglasses. Spoiler for a game that came out
Hey.
17 years ago.
I just said. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. If I play Mario Sunshine, it's for the movement and the gameplay. The story, I don't care with, and like exploring the new levels and shit. I've watched some speedruns, so I have a pretty good idea.
Also,
of what
out of like the 100% like bonuses you get in the Mario game, it's like the lamest out of all of them, like bar none.
I don't know. Mario 64, you just got 199 lives. You get to see Yoshi too, though, which was really cool. That was a really big deal.
Yeah, that was a big
Yeah.
deal at the time. You're just like,
You
wow.
can't ride him or anything. It was just like a tease.
He's just there. They literally just put the sprite work
Oh,
in.
Yoshi spraying his guts in HD. That's gonna be awesome. I'm excited.
Oh god, that's actually kind of gross. Yoshi's actually throw up like as part of the gameplay, as the regular
really?
gameplay. He's like it actually makes the gargle noises, and you're just like, ooh.
It's like what?
It's unsettling,
Mama. I'm your mama.
dude. All I'm gonna say.
Doesn't Bowser Jr. call Mario a bad man? Doesn't that happen?
Yeah, you're a
Bad
bad
man.
man.
Yeah. So I like Bowser Jr.
There you go. You got that to look forward to. I don't know. I'm excited for it.
But yeah, back on subject with ARMS. So he said that the character's coming out in June, so it leads me to believe that we're probably gonna get, I guess, another like Smash showcase video that they do like before this comes out. So
Like Terry's.
yeah, so I guess that I mean it depends because I know Sakurai and the production team like have lifted up the curtain, being like, oh yeah, you guys are gonna be seeing this around this time, but we actually filmed this back in October or like something stupid. So like I feel like that's probably already been made in the works already, and it's just a matter of time. We'll probably see that, I guess, in May.
Well, didn't they
I
say
would
they have to like figure out how to like program this character in still? Like, isn't it the character kind of like not fit into the current mechanics?
They had
Mm.
literally no footage or even a concept art or anything for this character.
I wonder
Yeah, they
if
just
they.
said we need some more production time.
But like, if
Yeah,
they were
and only
scrambling,
100, bro. I've gone over 3,000 looking for shinies, so this is nothing. 100 is light work. The average is like, I forget what the shiny charm is, but it's like a couple hundred, like 1 out of 600 or some shit. So I'm not even like under odds. I'm like way under odds right now. Like if I hatch one at 100, that would be really good. I'd be like super pumped. If I did it in however long we've been talking for like an hour, I'd be insanely excited. Anyway, sorry.
oh, it's okay.
Go ahead, bro. Sorry.
No. Yeah, I'm still looking for that tweet, Sakurai basically explaining that they have to like take time to develop. But I feel like if they were, like the thing about them having to take time to develop, like why would they make it the first DLC character then? Like I understand wanting to get it out of the way if that is the case, but I'm also kind of like,
I don't know,
if
man.
you don't think the character's gonna be done on time,
Yeah,
Arm
why
I don't know.
sucks.
Christ?
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting because like we said, with just how like fluid the whole COVID-19 situation is, like there's a possibility that we like because I think when E3 got canceled, I don't think people like really looked at it as something of value that was like super lost. Like obviously for like the indie devs and stuff that would have their stuff on the show floor, like that sucks. But like Nintendo and like I guess and Sony had already backed out of doing E3 this year, so like people were just like, oh, we'll probably just get a digital direct anyway, so it works out. But like now with everything going on, like, are we even gonna get that? Like, are we gonna get more DLC information? About the rest of the year? Because they even said, this could potentially affect the production cycle. So if we could just have Springman and his merry band of friends, and kind of be left in the dark for what's coming next.
They're full of shit. Working at home shouldn't stop productivity, by the way. It shouldn't. Those are Nintendo employees. They should have really nice work at home setups and all that shit.
I'd hope so.
I finally found it, by the way. It's been announced that the new fighter of ARMS will participate in Smash Bros. SP. Although we received a production request, it is a very difficult task to put together the rules and balance of a great brawl while keeping the ARMS character. Aim for a fighter with unprecedented tactics.
So I think isn't the big gimmick of ARMS is that you're going to a third dimension, obviously, right? Like ARMS is kind of like
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like you're on a third person, like over the shoulder sort of view, and you're like engaging with your opponent from like long distances. So like how do you program something like that into?
I'm just wondering if the character just sits back really far and has like a lot of like lag, and then like the I don't know, like you think about like Piranha Plant's extendo thing that it does, that it just like bites you. Like what if it's just a bunch of that?
I don't know. Maybe it's
P-Plant was like the original pioneer. Like they were like, let's test this bullshit out with this character.
Dude, maybe
P-Plant walks. So
it's possible.
Well, think about it. Those arms extend across the entire stage in the game, and that move from Piranha Plant does too. Like, arms.
I don't think you're too far off there, Chris. Honestly,
it might be like a charging mechanic or whatever, and then doesn't go as far. Or I sort of think it might be like that. I also envision a lot of like Little Mac-esque things, which he also has a charge move, by the way, but his whole body moves. Instead, it'll just be like a fist. So
isn't it? Don't they have like meter in that game and shit too?
They might. Yes.
Someone said it well actually, and this is like a kind of gives me a little bit of hope. Is that they think that like everything about ARMS is nice. No joke. Like they like the music. They think it'll have a cool stage. The characters are cool, but like the game itself isn't amazing. I forget who said this. I wish I remembered. Like the game itself wasn't too amazing, which sucks. But being like, if you take all the good parts of ARMS, like the characters, the music, the stage, and you put it into an amazing engine like Smash, it might work out really well. So I thought that was a pretty optimistic point of view.
Yeah, I don't want to think it's going to be just terrible, because if there's one thing that Nintendo's proven, or Sakurai, or whoever you want to give the credit to for this in particular, is like the character integration in Smash is always, it's always good. Even when it's not
Yeah.
good, it's pretty good. You know, like I
Chip.
think like even like Byleth, as much as the character is not one that anyone wanted or is great, like he's at least unique. She's unique. Like it's
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it,
it's
for an eighth series character, like having a different gameplay mechanic to it, like I don't know. I have some faith. It's just like it's a little disappointing because this is a franchise that didn't really have any impact on like anyone at all, really.
yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like barely anyone, like with Nintendo, even if someone gets added, like with Banjo, I feel like that was the case because a lot of people are like, I don't even fucking know Banjo, but there are a lot of diehard Banjo and Kazooie fans out there.
Well,
I really like the character, and I thought it was great they were added, but I totally get it. That's the thing with Smash too. Smash is a game that's a celebration of like all gaming at this point. You don't like every single game that's ever been released. There's no way you're gonna like every character that's added to Smash. It's literally
mm-mm.
impossible at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's gonna be a conflicting character across that board somewhere. And whatever, dude. I never noticed that Sneeze only has one ear, by the way. The other one's just a feather. Thought it had another ear underneath there. You see
Oh,
that?
What are you talking about?
I'm breeding shinies on my stream. Thanks for tuning
Oh,
into the stream, bro.
I thought you were talking about Springman. I'm just like, I can't see his second ear. He's being punched in the face by
so
Ribbon.
the for a
Never
second I
noticed
thought
that.
that too.
I thought he had an ear behind that feather. I guess he doesn't.
Weird.
Anyway,
Um,
sorry.
yeah, the because it's like you think about like legendary gaming characters and Smash has them, like we were just doing the tier list last week of trailers, and you think about like Clouds and Ryu's of the world getting announced, and you're just putting like an ARMS character next to that, and it's like, what is this?
It's a sale, bro.
And
Yeah.
it is a sell. It is a sell, bro.
It's
You're
a
right.
sale. Look
It's
at
a
it. There's
sell,
Cloud. There's Ryu. Springman. You know all the greats.
yeah.
All the classics. Mega Man, Mario, Springman,
Pac-Man,
Pac-Man. Yep.
Donkey
You know all.
Kong.
Everyone
Is,
loves
Yeah,
these
you've heard of
characters.
them.
You're right though. This is definitely. I feel like the most controversial game they've added to being playable.
It's
Like
just so
every
out
other
of
game, I feel like you
place.
can kind of justify
I
in
think I
like
think
a
we're
good
getting
way.
I think we're getting the ring from Ring Fit as the second character.
Oh Christ.
Not the ring. I think you should get one of the running people.
Well, the ring will be able to spawn a running person.
No, no. Here's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be an eBay sale of Ring Fit Adventure. Where
It's
people
coin
selling-
battle.
Yeah.
I miss Coin Battle.
It's
What if
bizarre.
they introduce the ring as like an assist trophy, you know, or like an item?
It just
That'd be kinda
squeezes
cool.
together really quick, and I don't know, things drop from the sky. I don't know. It does make me wonder what other Nintendo games we're gonna expect to see, because I'm starting to think that maybe this DLC pack might be several Nintendo games. But I will say, for anyone, and I know this is you has who doesn't want like say a Minecraft Steve on the roster, at least Minecraft Steve ushered in like an entire generation's worth of like gamers. You know, like
Yes, and I
at
can
least there's
like
that.
I was not I never play, I'm too old, like I didn't get into Minecraft, but I
Never
do
too
respect
late,
the shit
bro.
out of that game. Obviously, you have to because people love the shit out of it, and I respect what the game has done. It's just that's how I
Yeah.
feel. That's just it.
I
There are no
I
words in
hear
the
you.
English
I hear
language
you.
where I just don't want Steve in the game, bro. I don't think he's cool looking. I'm obviously missing out because I didn't play the games, but like it's not a thing for me. But it's the same thing with Banjo. Like a lot of younger players of Smash were like, who the fuck is like who cares? So that's kind of just how I'd feel about Minecraft Steve.
Minecraft,
I
nice.
respect the game though. Yeah, how could you not? I think it's the most popular game of all time actually.
Dude, it even gets like all existential at the end. Imagine being like 10 and getting and beating the Ender Dragon and just getting a whole life lesson that you're just like, what the heck?
Jesus.
I don't know what the ending is.
So if you when you have time, just look up the Minecraft ending credits. It's
Is it
pretty,
crazy?
it's kind of a trip, yeah. Actually, maybe I'll pull it up. Sorry for spoilers,
Yeah, go
but
ahead.
it's
I got
it's
I
long,
actually have the
but
podcast full screen right now. That's fun.
I'll just leave it on the background. It's pretty interesting though. I actually that was what made me interested in Minecraft initially when I saw that. I was just like, wow. The what is behind this game is
Wow.
really wow. Is really pretty amazing. All right, I found it. Jesus, yeah, we're not watching this whole thing because it's like nearly 10 minutes, but
Jesus.
here, let's
Yeah,
see.
throw it on the background, bro.
Yeah,
Hopefully Lay doesn't see the shit in my stream.
I hope he does.
I'll be fucking pissed, bro.
It'd be very appropriate if he just popped up right now.
Dude, you think
That's-
his ears are probably ringing.
Let's see, Master Michael 64. He might be a That's gonna be what Evo
But
online looks like.
listen, just like I'll read
Yeah.
the first few lines. Yes, take care. It is. It has reached a higher level now. It can read our thoughts. That doesn't matter. It thinks we are part of the game. I like this player. It played well. It did not give up. It is reading our
Jesus,
thoughts
dude.
as
This is
though they
meta shit.
were words on a screen. That is how it chooses to imagine many things when it is deep in the dream of the game. Like, you get the idea. Like, that's crazy. It's a
Yeah.
conversation with yourself as you're reading the credits where it's breaking the fourth wall, making you one of the, in theory, one of the colors of text while it's communicating back with you. It's
Thanks,
really,
Jason
it's
Bourne.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, so there's, like, a whole generation of kids who have seen this. So, like, I just think about that, and I think about ARMS, and I'm just like, all right.
Mm-hmm. Minecraft Steve definitely deserved it to be in more than ARMS. But ARMS was more likely just because it's a Nintendo IP.
Yeah, well, that's no question. So, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna find out. They
Yeah, I'll leave
said
it on.
June, so we'll see what happens. Come this time in June. But yeah, I guess that's
That's it.
Can't stop it. Said Hazmat is playing ARMS. Or playing Minecraft. I don't know which one's worse, honestly.
Minecraft,
'Cause
nice.
At least with ARMS, I could write it off as like doing, research for a character coming out. Yeah. Yeah. It's not that I
Labbing.
want to, it's that I have to. I'm gonna have to play as him. We all are.
Unfortunately,
Whose fucking deal is.
yeah, it is. Hey, man, it is what it is. But yeah. Anybody else got anything else to add? Because I think
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much all
pretty
we-
much time for us. I don't know. I feel like we kind of covered a pretty good array of topics this week.
Yeah. So we did talk about this behind closed doors, but because of the way that things are, news is we kind of got lucky that this kind of fell into our laps because this is going to be a pretty slow-ish week, without any tournaments to talk about. It's kind of a lot of taking a little bit more broader approach to what we talk about with our subject matter. But the tier list seemed to be was a lot of fun. I think if we do those in the future, we might. I don't know if we're gonna maybe alternate weeks or do a couple of tier lists for podcasts. But we're probably gonna do those longer sort of videos as kind of like their own separate thing.
You
I
want
have
to do
an
a tier list? You want to do a tier list soon?
Yeah, I think we can probably do one next week. I have an idea for one we can do. It'll be fun. That I even have a guest in mind that I'm gonna message as soon as we get off because I think.
What's the idea?
I'll tell you guys later. I don't want to spoil.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wait till we're off air. Sorry, Burrows. Sorry, Bruce.
Yeah, so we.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
hatch 5 more eggs right here, and then I'm good if you guys are. I think that was a good show. I'm gonna host too in a second. Toss
Yeah,
a,
sure.
a fat 6 viewer host. Thank you guys for actually seriously thank you guys for watching and tuning in. This is the first time we're really trying this, so gotta work out a few kinks here and there, but I think it went pretty well overall. And thanks, Chris, for letting me do this.
No, of course. You do it as often as you want. As things start to grow and start taking different shape, it would be nice to do these things. Master Hand be live and have whoever else is on here do their thing and also be live. I actually think that's a cool format.
It's dope, man.
Yes.
More visibility into the show there.
Yeah, and obviously we are, we're plugging ourselves down below. We're gonna have a
Subscribe to
Another-
Gonz's YouTube, by the way.
yes,
I did
Yeah, he
it.
said so.
yes, yeah, we got that going on. We have our weekly coming up again tomorrow. We have our monthly coming up next week. So
Yeah,
that'll
monthly.
be fun.
Check that out. Not a lot of money on it, but some money, at least enough to make your free entry worthwhile. So think about it. Open to all Tri-State and New England. It's cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely arrange it, and yeah, I guess we'll be seeing you guys next time. So stay safe,
wait,
everybody.
Let me hatch off these last few eggs, dude.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
let's-
during that podcast, I think I got about 100 eggs hatched. No shiny yet. Might happen right here, though. That'd
Dude,
be
if you
pretty
got a
hype
shiny
to end
on the
stream.
last, that actually would
I
be.
I think I have 2 more. I think I have 1 more egg after this.
Oh, here we go. It's a moment of truth.
Here we
I
go.
think I have 1 more.
We're-
Yeah,
we're going.
We'll see.
We're going to the hazmat screen, which is.
We have at least 1 more here. It might be 2 more.
Dude, you got a lot of
You
sneasels.
hate Pokemon? Yeah, I'm just releasing them, bro.
So you're just basically breeding them and just like.
Yeah, destroying the whole ecosystem.
Ooh.
Like the animal kingdom in this world is really fucked up. Oh, I got 1 more. Okay.
Ooh, I like.
Wow, you're going in. I don't like what's going on my
Like,
screen
keep
right now, bro.
going. It just keeps going.
We've
What if?
reached,
Nah.
We've
No.
reached a pizzeria move.
Yeah,
what-
the
Give me
pizzeria
the
mirrors. That's
All right, that's
All right.
it for the show today. No shiny. A lot of fun. Thanks, Chris. Thank you, Koopa. Give us all follows. Do all that stuff. GG's, and we'll be seeing. This is Tiger King stuff. Yeah, that is correct.
yeah.
Thanks, and we'll be seeing you. Bye.
Wash your hands. Watch Tiger.
All right, let me stop stream.